Yo, 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 it's your main man, Mr. Kelly L. Here on TST, the struggling trader. And who is the struggling trader, might I say? It's me. That's just being all real with y'all. I am the struggling trader. But we have a very important guest on, man. And I've been rocking with this guy for a nice minute now. We met each other in a whole nother community. And ever since then, we've been rocking with each other, learning, all that good stuff. I figured I'd bring him on today because he's been going through the journey just like I have. All right. And as you know, this is a no fluff zone. This is not a place where you're going to see people with Lamborghinis, Ferraris. No, this is everyday traders doing real trading. No fake accounts. This whole session is geared towards some words of wisdom, something that you can learn. Because I know I'm going to learn from it, but hopefully y'all get the same. So, without further ado, I want to introduce you, my main man, from the Human Society, Human.
Hey,
Hey,
what's up, guys? Thank
and
you, Eliel, for bringing me on board. Appreciate it. Happy.
hey, I thank you for setting aside some time out of your day to be able to come, sit, speak, and give your point of view on anything dealing with trading. Honestly, dealing with the markets.
Yeah,
Uh, as I know, you deal with majority of binary options, pocket options. All
that's
right.
right.
So I'm gonna say this questionnaire session will be. It's not going to be geared directly around binary options, but I definitely want the people to know that when you are speaking from the experience on the binary side.
Correct.
Majority from my experience, from my point of view. But once again, I want to thank you for setting time from the life that you live to come and speak to the people. All right.
Hey, happy to be here, man.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna we gonna go ahead and jump straight into it, man. What drew you to trade, man? What brought you to this realm of wanting to learn how to trade?
Honestly, I've been in how do I say this? I've been intrigued by trading for a long time. Back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, something like that, there was a company called E Trade, and they're still around. And I kind of got a glance of what it was to do something called day trading
Mm-hmm.
and or trade, whatever the terminology was at that time. And it was fascinating. It was exactly what I wanted. It was intricate. The problem was that it was too expensive to get into it. It was extremely
Mm.
expensive. I remember reading something about like you needing a $20,000 account to be able to even attempt to trade. It's like, who has that kind of money just laying around? I don't. But over a period of time, with the technology evolving, the internet evolving, platforms evolving, coming out, um, I got into it back again, and I got completely destroyed, which
Mm.
I'm sure is the same story for a lot of people.
Right.
Uh, One of the things that attracted me is not even the money; it's the potential for freedom.
Mm.
That's the way I see it. And for me, the potential for freedom to be able to trade from anywhere in the world, to be able to maybe travel the country, uh, and just enjoy life in a better format that working 16, 17 hours a day. I it was just, to me, it was fascinating. To me, it was intriguing. To me, it was everything that I had been wanting to look into. wanting to learn and really diving into the whole trading process. And it's been a journey, man. I'll tell you that it's been a journey for sure. So you learn a lot, you also lose a lot, but you get to a point where it starts making sense, and you
Mm,
just look at the price now in a whole different kind of game. So that's currently where I'm at. So working through it.
got you. So tell me, who or what influenced your trading philosophy early on?
Um, it's kind of a difficult question, just because um, you look at all these things on social media, YouTube, and all of that. But one of the persons that influenced what I was doing was a trader called Tory Trades.
Mm,
Her system of trading was very unique and very, very simple, which is attractive to a lot of people that are in this journey. And basically, she trades something called trend lines. The way I see it is like a ladder. It's either going up or down.
mm-hmm,
So the candlestick formation in pocket options follows that same pattern. And
mm,
once you begin to realize those things, you can make very good guesstimates on where the price is going based on price action, support and resistance, and all of that, which is something that Tori talks a lot about. She draws up trend lines and she just basically follows them. Very, very
right.
simple. So to me, that made a lot of sense, and I follow her since, and I kind of adjusted her trading style to fit my own personal style, and I kind of modified it a little bit, but it still
Right.
follows the guidelines. It's still the same rules for
Yeah,
sure.
Tory Trey, she's definitely one of the realest. For real,
Yes.
she's definitely one of the realest. I will say that, and you can just tell by the way that she does her content. Like,
Hmm.
is you can feel it. You can feel it in your soul that is authentic. You know,
Yeah,
you're really dealing with somebody who learned how to do this stuff. By the way, she learned from, I believe it's her uncle,
I believe so.
and from her uncle, she carried the torch and made it something great. You know, to where she's doing, man, 6 figure trade, no, 5 figure, 5 figure. I think she said she made it to 6 figure one time, but it ended up dropping down, and she never got the cash out. Don't quote me on it though, but I do know she's doing 5 figures. Like, man, that's
I
big.
believe you're right. Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah. Uh, so moving along, how would you describe your trading style? Are you technical, fundamental, or mixed?
I think there's no really right way to define it, but it is, I guess, a very uh, technical.
Got you.
Um, the binary options market, it's a monster in and of itself, and
Right.
it's very intricate. So for anybody watching out there, I trade something called the OTC market most of the time, and the OTC market is a fake market, to say the least. It's a market created by a computer system, and it follows the natural guidelines, rules, the format of regular markets, but it's not influenced by news articles, stock dropping or anything like that. So it's a little different. You have to really adjust your strategy to be able to compensate for irregularities.
Mm,
Uh, so I would say you read the market, you analyze the market, and you make very good guesstimates based on what all the pieces of information tell you, and then you make a trade. And as long as you have a good management system and on your money, you should be fine. But
okay.
it's a lot easier said than done, of course. So
Right. Right.
yes,
As a
we've
binary options trader myself, you are
right
definitely on point when you say it is a whole lot easier said than done.
then
Facts.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. But over time, I do believe it will become a whole lot easier. You know, it just take that experience. You know. Uh, so I want to answer that big question that everybody wonders when it comes to binary options. I want your take on it, your personal take on it. Do you feel like binary options is a scam?
No, no. Very plain and simple, it's not. The problem is that you don't know what you're doing. We don't know what we're doing. So, um, now, how far has this is a whole different train of thought, but how far has technology advanced to where we could say a computer system could potentially learn from you? Uh,
Mm.
that is very
Mm.
possible, in my opinion. And through some research, and time that you've spent in the market, you kind of get that sense that it is, because definitely does feel like it. Uh,
Right.
it feels like the whole market is against you. You place two trades and they go against you. You're like, what in the heck is going on?
Right.
But that is the point. To be able to have a computer software that creates a synthetic market, for me
Mm-hmm.
at least, OTC market, um, that kind of learns your behavioral pattern, your style of trading, and then countermeasures it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy to think that that's real. Now, is that manipulation? Of course it is. Is the market real? Of course it is. Can you make money? Of course you can. You just have to know how to play the game.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing when it comes to binary options, especially like a platform like Pocket Options, which is a very common one, is money management. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
have that in place, you will blow your account up, like it has happened to us in the past. So
Right.
to be able to absorb, and I call it absorption because it's a negative thing, to be able to absorb couple blows and then still end up on top of the mark, on top of your like initial balance,
Right.
big. That's what I think the big problem for a lot of people is, that they don't have enough capital. Starting with a small account is very dangerous. It's very risky, and it's most likely gonna blow your account. So learning the intricacies of the market is necessary to combat the thought
Right.
that something like binary options is a scam. But to give you a straight answer, I don't think it's a scam.
Yeah, me neither. I often tell people, that a lot of times we're scamming ourselves.
Yeah,
Like we're not taking the time that it takes to sit here and actually learn what makes this market move. What makes it react? Where is it
right.
going to react to? So, and then when you over leverage, you putting way more than what you should have, and you end up losing it. Yeah, you gonna call and you gonna blame everything except for yourself. You
Yes.
know. So I definitely dig that. So with this next question, right? I already know the answer. I do. But one thing I don't want you to do though, don't say the name of it. But it is a tool. But can you please explain the tool that you use to remain profitable?
Absolutely. Do you want me to say the name?
Don't say the name.
Don't say the name.
And the
Okay.
and the reason why is I don't want this to look like self promotion or even
Okay.
somebody else being promoted because it's not a new idea what the
No,
tool
it's
is. But
yeah,
if anybody does want to know about it, they know how to get in touch with us to really figure it out. But as
exactly.
far as on this video, don't say the name. Don't say the name. But go ahead. Please explain the tool.
The tool is it's a how do I explain this? It's a money management calculator
Okay.
that allows you to, like I said earlier, absorb situations that happen in the market, that will happen in the market, um, and allow you to take hits one after the other one, and then one of the many, because everyone's going to hit some traits in a positive
Mm-hmm.
situation. One of those is gonna be a positive trader, so a trade. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have 10 trades and nine of those are negative trades, meaning you lost them,
Mm-hmm.
The 10th trade, you win it, that 10th trade is going to compensate for the other 9 that you lost. And by doing so, you can remain profitable. Now, I will reiterate again that in order for this to work properly,
Right.
you need a good size account. And that's where the difficulty lies. Because, we're talking about from the bottom traders, not a whole lot of people have $500, $1,000 to just drop on a market and you don't know if it's going to work or not.
Right.
So everyone's got bills to pay, those type of things. So finding a money management system that actually works, that allows you to win even if you have a couple losses and stay profitable, is a huge thing. I use it because it is necessary for me to be able to remain calm when I lose a trade, and then take on the next opportunity that I find. Use my spreadsheet or my calculator to be able to identify a new situation and have the correct amount of money to cover my loss and still make profit. That is massive. I use it on a daily basis. I have to. There's no other way around it.
Right.
And like I said before, a computer software that creates a synthetic market that allows you to trade and that could potentially have manipulation needs a system that allows you to win when the market goes against you and that it feels that it's purposely attacking you.
Right.
Yeah, because that's how it feels like. So you need a system of control, of emotional control, of mental control, of psychological control that allows you to stay focused. And it's like, okay, I got the next one. I got 3 losses, but I got the next one. And when that next one comes and it's a positive trade, you've just come back to where you were and then a little sum. So for me, that works every single day.
Got you. Got you. You just said a whole lot.
I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
because no, you did good. You did
Yeah.
good because money management is it's imperative, man. It's imperative. And if you don't have any type of tool or at least the know-how to stay
Mm-hmm.
profitable, because with a platform like OTC, like not OTC, but pocket options, right? You can, let's say you took 10 trades, you won 5 and you lost 5. All of them were for $10 each.
Okay.
If you go 50-50, win 5, lose 5, you're still going to be at a loss,
Yeah.
you know? So what you're saying, the tool will help it to where you can lose 9 in a row with the
Right.
proper account size. You can lose 9 in a row, win 1, and be in profit. I'm
Correct.
sorry if that's not a heck of a tool. I don't know what is, but thank you for your spiel on that. I
Yeah.
love I love your understanding of exactly what that tool does. And man, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next question. What are some of your favorite setups?
In terms of my daily setups,
When
it
you trade, when you sit down and you trading, what's
uh,
that one setup you like, man? This is what I'm waiting on. This is what I'm gonna do.
I love to trade continuous trend lines.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like that because you don't know when the market could reverse. But I kind of figure out a glitch, or not a glitch because I don't want to sound overconfident, but I found a something that makes a lot of sense on a continuous trend line.
Mm.
So just to kind of give you an example, every single trend line has pullbacks,
Mm.
right? Every single trend line. Um, I like those continuous ones that don't really have pullbacks
Mm.
because I know where the price is going already. Let's say
Right.
it's up. Let's say it's going up. It has a couple of red candles in it. Every time that a red candle forms within that continuous up momentum,
Mm.
every time a red candle forms, it creates what is called a triangle strategy. A top level, From the green to the red created a level at the top, and then the trend line continues up. That creates a triangle.
Mm.
And I'm just waiting for that break in the upwards momentum. And I can take 2, 3 trades in that exact same pattern, and almost all of them are green. Here's the glitch. Here's the hack, if you will. Those continuous trend lines, in this case, upwards momentum, are 90% green candles. I'm not waiting for the red candle. I'm waiting for the continuous momentum of the green candles.
Okay.
Okay. So why? Because I'm gonna go green because the momentum and the candle formations are mostly green. They're 90% green. That means that my chances of hitting a green are way higher than if I go red.
Mm.
So for me, finding a continuous momentum type trend line, it's gold. People don't like them, but I do, because I figure out how to trade them correctly. And I always
Mm.
have my money management calculator on the side just in case I lose one. But for the most part, that's where I've made all my money.
Got you. Continuation patterns. Okay.
Continuation patterns, exactly.
Yeah. Okay then. How often do you trade?
Almost every day.
Every day?
Uh, almost every day. Almost every day. At,
Yeesh. You see?
at least 5 trades a day, minimum.
Okay. 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 I get you. I
I do
get
have
you.
to say, for those people who are watching, I work 16, 17 hours a day. So to be able to trade 5 trades, it's a lot. And
Yeah.
what I try to do is I wake up an hour early or a half hour early to give myself coffee time, turn on my phone or my tablet, and then just basically look at the market and analyze the market. Is it following my specific strategy and regulations and rules and confirmations and all that? And once I've determined, like in 2, 3 minutes, that it does, that specific pair is
Mm.
following my guidelines, then I can start looking into trades. And I take a couple trades in the morning, and then a couple trades when I come back, and that's about 6, 7 trades a day.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay
love
then.
Saturday trading though.
You said you love what?
Saturday trading,
Oh, Saturday?
yes. You
Y'all
know
heard
why?
the man.
You know why? You want to know
Why?
why?
Talk to me.
It is the most. Uh, it is the biggest time of the week
Mm-hmm.
when continuation momentum trend lines are just going at it. Uh, I've looked through pocket options earlier today, and I found like at least 7 pairs that had just continuation candles, boom, boom, boom,
Mm.
boom, 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 boom. And I want to say I took about 14 trades today. 95% of them were successful.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. That's big right there. That's big. I ain't gonna lie. You got me kind of like, ah, like you done
Yeah.
found the holy grail on this thing, man.
The thing is that a lot of people think you can trade Saturday and Sunday because the markets are all over the place. And yes, they are. But if you find those kinds of situations that
Mm-hmm.
fit your style, your guidelines, your rules, and all of that, you can still take trades, especially on the OTC market. It's 24/7.
Got you. Got you. So in that OTC market, right? As we know, that thing is a whole another monster on its own, but it does have some things where it kind of make it easy to point out trades to do. But on other days when it's not easy, right? How do you deal with those losses?
I have a rule that if I lose more than 6 trades in a row, I stop. That's
Okay.
my rule. Um, that has happened to me twice. I think you've been aware of it. Um, I've lost $300 in a matter of 6, 7 minutes. And when that happens, I have to find it within myself to control my emotions and just give up for that day.
Mm.
Give up for that day because, and then cool down. That's a big one because if you continue trading that specific day, that specific moment, you will lose your account completely. So, because emotions get the better of you and don't allow you to fully see the picture of what you're trading. You get enraged and you're like, come on, man, this candle's supposed to be green and it's not. Um, that's not always the case. There's a reason why it's red. So another thing is that when that happens, I lose 6 trades in a row. I take a day, a complete day where I don't touch the market. I don't look at it. I don't go on pocket options. I rather look at an educational video, see
Right,
if I can
right.
learn something that could help me, on that stepping stone and get better at it. That's
Okay.
what I.
All right. So I know when you going through those losses, right?
Yeah.
It's important to do this one simple thing because if you know where you've been, you know where you're going. Or if you
Yes.
know where you've been, you got a good idea to know where you're going. And I
Correct.
say all that to say, do you journal?
Yes. Absolutely. You have to journal. I have screenshots of my good trades, and I definitely have screenshots of my bad trades.
Okay.
That has allowed me to look. As a matter of fact, I just like 2 days ago, I was looking at a trade that was positive, and I was looking at a trade that was negative, and they look almost identical. There was one little missing ingredient on the negative trade. I didn't get my positive confirmation to go with the trend or to whatever. It was a reversal trade, and I didn't get that confirmation, and I still took the trade. So when I
Mm.
saw that, I was like, okay, it was my fault, 100%. I'm the idiot, uh, and so I learned from that, and that's what journaling allows you to do. A positive trade and a negative trade that look extremely similar, because again, this is synthetic market. There is it's bound to kind of repeat itself
Right.
with a slight twist, but those positive confirmations are the foundation of beating the OTC market,
Right.
especially in trend trading. You need that one. It's for me. It's one confirmation, and it's usually an engulfing pattern.
Mm.
That's it. When I get that,
Yeah.
I know I'm going in.
Okay then. Uh so when you let's say if you start losing, right?
Hmm.
How do you adapt your strategy to those losing moments?
So I usually what I try to do because I trade trend lines.
Mm-hmm.
Trend lines have two formats, or maybe three. And one of them is the triangle strategy that creates a momentum going down, let's say, and then at the resistance level at the bottom. And that
Right.
creates a form of triangle. When that doesn't work, when I've taken 2 or 3 trades and that doesn't work, I one of the things that I do is I switch the chart, and then I reanalyze the chart and see if my triangle strategy has continued to work or has it failed. And if
Mm.
it failed, I switch it to a cross trend line strategy. That means I draw my trend line going down, and then I draw a semi small trend line in the opposite direction that creates a form of T. Um, I know that doesn't make sense to people when I explain it on a video call, but it, price usually moves in a momentum and through a pathway. If you can identify that pathway, you can take advantage of it. So in trend line, if the momentum is going down and you identify a reversal that is going to go in the opposite direction, is going to cross your trend line. So I take it upon myself to kind of identify those moments, trend line has three, maybe two different formats of trade, and
Yeah.
it's just basically you just kind of have to learn them all, and then adjust your strategy. When you see one fail, it's because the other one is taking place. So
Mm.
the triangle fails, right? Is because it's a cross type of trend line. So you adjust to what you see happening on the market. I no longer look at the market and say, oh, it's a bunch of candle random. No, there's patterns to it. You just got to be able to identify them.
Facts. Being able to identify, man, that's like that solves half the problem, honestly.
Right, right. But it's hard. It's not easy. It's not just saying it. It's hard. It's definitely hard.
Yeah. So, all right, this question right here is a little bit of a toughie, right?
Okay.
What's how can I say it? How much of the success that you have had would you attribute to your edge versus your mindset?
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. Basically, which one is more important, I guess? Your edge, like your strategy, your edge with your strategy, or the mindset you're going in when you're trading?
I honestly, if I had to answer that bluntly and as honest as possible, for me at least, I can't speak for everyone else, but for me at least, is definitely the mindset.
Mm,
Um, the tools that I use to continue to be successful are what they are, tools. It's like a contractor doesn't create a house because the shovel made it happen. No, he uses the tools to create something beautiful like a house.
right?
So in my personal point of view, the mindset is the first thing that needs to change for you to be able to utilize the proper tools to create something beautiful. In this case, freedom.
Mm.
So that's my answer. Sorry, it's kind of funky, but that's what it is.
Nah, it ain't. Look, man, your perception is your reality. All right. So
Right?
it's how can I sit here and tell you that, man, that was funky? Nah, that's your perception. I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. One thing I know I will do, I will have to rewind this video and listen to what you saying again because I'm trying to picture it while you saying
Mm,
it. It gets tough, but like I said, I am TST, the struggling trader. You know,
right,
so it's like sometimes being a struggling trader, when it comes down to certain concepts, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna
right.
be tough to get it, especially when you hear it for the first time. You
Yes.
know, so you got to rewind it sometimes, and hopefully it'll sink in. All right. So this next section, right? I'm not even gonna say next session. I actually have one more question for you. One more before we get to
Good.
a lighter part of this. What was that biggest moment when you had a aha? I figured it out.
I took a very interesting approach at trading. I started with a lot where a lot of people have started, probably copying signals from some guru on YouTube that says, "Hey, my information's below. Like, hit me up. I'll send you signals. You'll be profitable in a week." You know that didn't work.
Mm,
And then I took it upon myself to do something that I had never done in any part of my life. I took it upon myself to educate myself in that specific subject. And I bought a course. I'm not going to say what course, but I bought a course. It was expensive. And I ran, for anybody out there watching, I'm a truck driver for a career. I drive big semis. So that allowed me or gave me the time to put it on the radio and connect my Bluetooth, my phone, whatever, and just listen to it repeatedly.
Mm.
And it started very boring. Like I was like, this stuff is so boring. But as 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 time progressed, and I began to really dial into what this course was actually teaching, um, I began to analyze patterns in a very different format because I saw it. I saw it a million times ago. Guys going on YouTube, recording their sessions, saying, "Oh, there's a level here. Then this is a trend line, or this is price action, or," and all that terminology meant nothing to me because I didn't understand it. And when I chose to educate myself, and I really went through the proper channels of education, I made my first um, profitable trades, copying this system of trading. And I had an aha moment when I discovered positive confirmations to enter a trade. And when I realized that the positive confirmation is not only a confirmation, but it's a it's a doorway that you have to cross when entering a trade.
Mm.
Um, it's like it blew my mind. I couldn't sleep for like probably a good month. It just all that information from the course that I had taken started unraveling and breaking it down. My brain started to absorb all that information, and now I look at the price in a whole different format. When I like again, I trade trend lines. I don't take a trade if I don't see certain things, right? I don't take a trade if I don't see a supply and demand somewhere in there. I don't take a trade if I don't see a level of a round number. I don't take a trade if I don't see uh, a reverse doji. I don't take a trade. All those concepts that I just mentioned are from
Right.
the course.
Okay.
But my style is not from the course.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is I created a system out of all the
Mm.
information that I absorbed
Right. Right.
and develop a system based on trend lines that adapted itself, or I adapted it to me. And
Gotcha.
that brings me to something very interesting that I wanted to mention for anybody out there watching. The reason why strategies that with indicators don't work is because of that. The creator of that strategy, in this case Kelly L, if you created a strategy and you pass it on to people with 20 indicators, it only works for you.
Mm.
Could work for someone else, but it only works
Mm.
for you. Why? Because you created it. You know the little nicks and cracks, the little specifications that you can translate into words for people to follow.
Right.
So you make money, and then the person following your strategy doesn't, and they're like, "Nah, this thing doesn't work. Pocket options is a scam. It works for him,
Right.
for me." So the all of those things coincide and come together. So again, you need to answer the question. You need to educate yourself and
Mm-hmm.
develop a system. That's why I don't call it a strategy. It's a system of configuration within the market with positive reinforcement that actually creates an entry point for you to take a trade. That's all it is. But getting to that is very hard.
I like that. I like that. That man, that sounds familiar to my aha moment, which was your perception is your reality.
Yeah,
You know, the that strategy that you've been looking for, it doesn't exist until you create it. Because whatever you looking at, the points that you're taking from other people that you're learning from, you're gonna put that into your toolbox. And I get why you say it's a system. It's a system. It's stuff you done pulled from everywhere, put it all together, and now you have your own perception and your own look on how the way the market moves.
correct.
So that's deep right there, man. That's deep. That's some real game right there for people that did not know. Like That's the reason why people have been blowing accounts because they've been trading somebody else's
Yeah.
strategy.
Yes, it's not a system that was designed by you, created by you, implemented by you, followed
Yes.
you, looked at by you. It's not that. You're following someone else's perception. And
Right.
since your perception is your reality and that is not really your perception, it's someone else's perception, you're
Right.
not looking at the market through their eyes. You're looking at it through their eyes, copying someone else's design.
Copying somebody else's design.
That doesn't work.
Right.
Doesn't work.
Verily rare does it. Very rarely does it.
Right.
All right. So I'm sorry. I gotta ask this last question before we get to the game. So I lied. It's one more question.
Go for it.
What does success in trading look like to you?
Ah, that's actually the first thing I said. Freedom. Um, I believe in what is known as the rat race. Working a 9 to 5 job, in my case, working a 17-hour day. I don't like it. I don't like waking up at 2, 3 in the morning. So
Right.
for me, success in trading is freedom from that. It's not the money. The money will come as a secondary thing to the freedom. Trading should allow you to have a better life. That's the goal. That's the freedom. That is financial success, if you will.
Mm.
For me, it is exactly that. Uh, if I could travel the world and trade on my phone or on a tablet, and continue to make money and be with my family and have the freedom to travel, to enjoy myself, to have a better life. I'm not talking about wealth in terms of having a Lamborghini because I'm not really interested in that, but some people are,
Right.
and if it's what you're into, then that's totally fine. That's acceptable. Your perception is your reality. But for me, success in trading means freedom from the rat race, which is a 9 to 5, stuck in a job, listening to a boss, going to work every day, spending 8 to 17 hours a day stuck at work and not seeing your family, having limited resources in terms of money, being stuck paying a mortgage, paying a
Mm.
car, paying all that debt, and trading should liberate you from that. So for me, again, the success in trading is freedom.
Facts.
That's it.
Facts. All right, man. We're gonna go to this last segment, right, where it pays to be impulsive. Cause we all know that when you're dealing with trading, to be impulsive, it's not really that good to be impulsive. It rarely ever works out. So right here, I got some questions I'm gonna ask, and I need you to answer them as fast as possible off the top of your
Okay.
head. All right.
Okay.
So here we go.
Select speed route,
What's your favorite market to trade?
pocket options. Market to trade. OTC market.
Got you.
Sorry.
uh, one trade you'll never forget.
The one that blew my account $300.
Is it the one that blew my account? Ah, man, you gotta hate that. Tea or
Yeah,
coffee?
you learn from it. You learn from it.
Yeah.
You have
Tea or coffee?
coffee.
One trading book that you would recommend to beginners.
Um, it's not a trading book. It's a book about financial freedom
Mm-hmm.
called Think and Grow Rich.
Mm. Okay.
It allows you to identify what to do with your money when you actually have it.
When you actually have it. Ooh. Cause getting it is not the hard part. It's
Right.
keeping it.
It's keeping it.
Man, that's big.
Get a $10,000 loan from the bank and have $10,000 on me tomorrow. But what am I supposed to do with that money?
Exactly.
That's the hard
That's
part. So
right.
tool, I'm sorry, trading is a tool that's going to help me get there. That's how I look
Yeah.
at it.
All right. Biggest red flag you see on social media trading content.
Girls that don't actually know what they're doing.
Gurus that do not know what they doing. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. When you look at that stuff, cause you know a little something, you be like, man, I know these dudes ain't doing what I think they doing.
I've seen some guy on YouTube. I'm not gonna mention any names to not bash anybody, but um, I that was one of the first videos I ever watched about trading, especially in the platform Pocket Options,
Right.
and I completely believed it. I was like, "Oh, this guy's great. I'm gonna make some money. It should be good." Now that I've gone through a process of learning and understanding the market, understanding what it is that I look at when I look at a chart, I went back and I looked at his videos and I'm like, man, this stuff is a lie. Full. I was like, he's not even reading. That's not even a level. I was like, what are you talking about? And I follow his trades and I was like, nope, this is going in the opposite direction. And boom,
Mm.
success. Boom, he won the trade. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't have won that trade. So the fact that it's a total red flag. I'm like, no, and I can identify them now. I can look at it and be like, yeah, that's pretty fake. There's no
Yeah.
analysis to it.
Hey
That's
man, I'm gonna tell you what's really tripping me out nowadays, right? I came across a video. I can't remember who sent it to me, but they sent me a video of somebody who made their demo account look like it was their real account. I was like, what the heck?
I think you hacked the code, no, the source code.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
Like, man, scamming is at an all-time high, man, and it comes on all levels.
Yeah.
You sitting here trying to influence the people, making it seem like you have this big $100,000 account when you really don't even have
No,
nowhere near that.
and that's exactly what I try to do. I guess there's a thing where like whenever you're hacking, um, there's something called the source code on the platform, and whenever you're hacking it, and the AI trading button on Pocket Options doesn't show because it's not a thing.
Mm,
And I can go through the mechanics as to why it's not supposed to be there. But anyways, that's a whole different thing. But basically, when it's not in there, it's a confirmation that it could be manipulated to look a certain way. Meaning, I could just go on my real account and I have $1 and it shows like I have 100,000, and it's all fake money. You're playing with demo money, and that's not what we're all about. At least for me, I show my traits. I show my negative traits.
facts. Facts. You do.
Yeah,
Facts. You definitely do that.
and I do that.
Verified. He does
I,
that, y'all.
I do that with the intention of being transparent. I do that with
Yeah.
the intention of someone reaching out to me saying, "Hey, I'm going through the same issue." It's like, okay, this is what you need to do because of this, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But I want that person that's reaching out to actually say, okay, this guy's actually showing his negative traits. I've shown when I've blown my account. I've shown when I've lost $300 in one go. and I
Right.
and I've done that with the intention of showing people that it is possible for someone that allegedly knows what they're doing to actually lose money
Yeah.
because people
Yeah.
lose money. It's facts.
It's
You know,
facts.
know what you're doing doesn't mean you're not going to blow your account.
You right.
You know,
You right.
and I think I mentioned this to you last time. We all have what I refer to as mental SNRs.
Yeah. That glass ceiling.
Yeah, glass ceiling. Like for me, it's been 1,000. I can't get my account past 1,000 because I start hitting a ceiling that I can't break through. And I have a strategy as to how to break it right now because this is the third time coming into it. Um, and I'm gonna get there. I know that having that confidence that you can get there is very important,
Right.
but having the tools, also having the understanding, also having the knowledge that could potentially get you up there is very important. So yeah, that's you got to do it. It's everyday thing. You got to be able to be transparent to people if you really want someone to trust you and to actually be able to teach them something. It might not be
Right.
your specific strategy, but it could create them one of their own uh, manipulation, if you will.
Yeah, I get you. Help their perception out.
Exactly.
All right. And one of the last one, this is the last question. And it just might be one of the most important, one of them. But what do you do, you know what I'm saying? Like after you trade, what do you do to unwind?
For me, let's see. I have a very dark sense of humor, or a very stupid sense of humor. So I like to watch a very dumb, funny show. Uh, in here in the United States, we have something called sarcastic humor, like a show called The Office.
Right.
Uh, I love that show. So I'll just sit there and watch it for a few minutes and be like, okay, this is very extremely stupid, but yet it's helping me just relax and shut my brain off and say, okay, now we can go back to our normal daily lives and just have a good time.
Right, right.
And
Yeah,
I
you
do that
go ahead.
with sorry to cut you off. I
No,
also
you're
do
right.
that when I lose. Like that day that
Mm-hmm.
I lost $300,
Yeah.
like in one go, and I posted the pictures of my trades on the Discord.
Right.
One of the things that I needed to do was cool down, and the
Mm.
only way I know how is to watch something stupid.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to forget about it. It allows me to calm down emotionally, mentally, shut my brain off, and say, okay, I will come back to it, and I will get back on it, and I will progress myself again to where I was. And that's what I've been doing every day.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So check it out, right? I really want to thank you for taking the time you did to give your understanding, the words that a lot of traders definitely needed to hear. And one
Absolutely.
thing I love is that I know that sound. You're sitting back there trading right now as we speak.
Oh,
I love that sound. Cha-ching!
yeah.
For real. I trust and believe. I heard it.
And
But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 trades. I've lost three
wow. Out of 13,
out of 13.
y'all hear the man.
Yeah.
Y'all hear the man. Yes, his perception is a reality. Yes, his perception is his reality, but yet and still, he may be able to give you a tool that you can put in your own toolbox
Right. Right. Right.
to help shape your perception. I hope I'm making some sense. I hope I am. But we just dropped a big jewel today on why a lot of times somebody else's strategy may work for them, but it's not going to work for you. That's big right there.
Yeah.
But man, check this out, human. I want to thank you for setting the time aside, speak to the people, to speak to me, TST, the struggling trader.
That's
You know
right.
that this is big right here, and I just hope that at the end of the day, you stay profitable, stay connected with me, man. And hey, I'm along for the journey with you. All right,
Hey, the same journey together, brother.
all right. So check this out, y'all. I want to go ahead and thank you all for taking the time to sit, hear the wise words from a wise human, you know, and because I know one thing, a lot of us TST members, us man, TST, the struggling trader. We need to hear them words sometimes come from somebody who has been through it, who has been through it. Man, let me hear your journey. Let me hear your journey. Man, I'm stuck for words right now because this man just said a whole lot. I hope a lot of what I just said made sense. Honestly, it did to me. It did. It made sense, but I know somebody might hear what I'm saying and be like, "What the heck he just say?" But anyway, it's all love, though, man. It's all love. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, comment, even share. It won't hurt to push the like button. That stuff is for free, you know? But stay tuned to the next episode of TST, The Struggling Trader. Look like I'm a struggling podcaster too. I'm trying to find the screen to go ahead and give y'all the there we go. Here we go.